Hey yo, what up to the Retain fam? It's your boy Bushle. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and please drop down a comment below on like how far you guys on your semen retention journey, what are the benefits and the insights that you've gained lately, and to those who are starting out, y'all can drop a comment so I can assist y'all guys on your semen retention journey, on how you guys could prevent relapsing. So I'm currently at work right now and I'm on 111 days, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, 111 days on my SR journey. As I said from my previous videos, things have went so well mentally, like my emotional control, financially, things are opening up, and yeah, my strength has improved, my vitality, the glow on my skin, my hair gotten thicker, like each and every single benefit, like that comes with retaining and transmuting this energy. And yeah, also, like I got a chick, some girls that I'm currently flinging myself with since I started retaining. So now I'm actually at my lunch break at work, decided to record a video, and there's actually a scenario that just occurred right now before, I got into break. I almost got into a fight at work. This other guy, like ever since I started working here, this guy has been saying subtle comments about me, trying to get my attention, trying to find ways where where he can actually project his own insecurities, his own egos and shadows on me, because he definitely feels like, okay, this guy definitely has a vibration that most people around this space doesn't actually have. He can actually feel like all of that vitality and life force surging throughout my entire vessel, throughout my entire body. He can definitely feel my level of vibration and my energetic wavelength is on a much more higher scale than his. So he's trying to pull me down to his own wavelength. He's trying to pull me down to the level of vibration he's currently vibrating at. And I can tell from the type of things he actually talks about, you can tell this person is a person who's very anchored into his root chakra. He's very a person who likes talking about drinking, constantly talking about smoking, constantly talking about promiscuous behavior such as jerking off and actually fucking girls. And this guy actually got a child when he was in high school, so apparently he sees himself as an older person than everybody else who's his peers, because he actually got a child from high school. That's to show the level of promiscuous mindset and low vibrational state that is currently vibrating at. And you can definitely see that, okay, I'm a very conscious individual. I like minding my own business. I'm very empathic person. I'm open-minded. I'm social. And I have this high vibration where people are actually attracted to me in such way. I've noticed this, most people, even if I started working from the first week, apparently those first 2 days, and everyone just knew my name, especially every single person that I'm working in the unit that I'm working in, everyone just got my name, just to show the level of attraction that I've been able to attract whenever I'm just working. People, actually everyone knows my name. People want to get close to me, dab me up, talk to me, conversate, and just do whatever you gotta do. And this guy, I can definitely tell he doesn't like the attention that I'm getting, because he's so much spending his time trying to talk about things that do not really even make sense. So constantly talking about the weekends that he's constantly drinking, he's constantly fucking girls, and he has a girl that he lives with, and he currently has a kid now. At the moment, he tells himself that even if he does cross over tomorrow, it doesn't really matter because he already has a kid. And you can definitely tell this guy doesn't like me at all, and he's trying to siphon my energy. He's trying to get my attention as much as he possibly can. And right now I almost got in a fight with him, and the thing is, I could have responded back the way he wanted to, but I'm just thinking, okay, I'm actually at work, I'm actually at a corporate space, so I'm not actually supposed to react back to my emotions. Fam, this guy definitely ticked me off. He definitely pissed me off, because this guy insulted my ethnicity, because I'm from the Xhosa tribe, that there's actually that traditional practice, when you have to transition from your teenage years to becoming a young adult. There's that traditional right practice that I have to do. And he's currently from another tribe. He's currently a person he's Zulu actually, and like is currently like trying to find ways to use my own ethnicity, or use each and every single thing that he gets to hear about me and use it against my own disadvantage, I could say, in some sense. So he's actually trying as much as he possibly can to put me on the same vibrational wavelength is currently vibrating at. He currently trying to find all the various ways he could get my attention, and like this bro even trying to try to show a level of intimidation towards me, and like to make all other co-workers see like as if like he's 10 times stronger than me, he's 10 times better than me, he's 10 times like like the goats than me. And it's actually some CCS behavior, if I'd be honestly speaking. It's literally some like low vibrational BS that he's actually doing. So like he actually insulted me, like about my own ethnicity as a Xhosa individual, and like about like my traditional right that I have to do. He's telling me that if ever I do not do that practice, I'm not man enough. He's been currently trying to like say these things over and over again about my own ethnicity, and I literally just told him to just mind his own business and like back off from me. And yeah, he definitely like tried to respond in a very aggressive way, and I couldn't like just entertain that. And it was all other co-workers who actually stopped him from whatever he was trying to do, because if that guy slapped me, I was definitely gonna like fight back, like inevitably. Like that's what happens when people have tried to take me, because majority of the fights that I see that I ended up in, it was always like someone else starting the fight. It was always someone else projecting their own egos and shadows at me, to a point where they try to intimidate me in some various sense. And whenever like they try to attack me, I do like the very same thing they're trying to do to me, and at the end I'm the one who inevitably wins, because I wasn't the one who really started. And not to mention the fact like I'm actually a person who does workouts, and I'm definitely a person who does have like a short temper, but I've been in more emotional control since I ever started being on semen retention. So yeah, like yeah, things literally got crazy this morning before like I went into my lunch break. And like this is not like the first scenario that has occurred in my life where someone like tries to start a fight. Like in everywhere that I've went, there's always that one person who just feels like they could just project their own egos at me, their own shadows, who try to project their own insecurities, because they can see like there's something about me that's radiating that they don't have. Like they have that sense of void, that sense of emptiness inside of them. So they're gonna find someone who has like light, someone who has that like higher sense of being in themselves, where they could actually fulfill themselves in a various way. But like this type of people, you'll always meet them in every single space that you're in. So yeah, I'm definitely not gonna physically intervene in an aggressive way into this, but I'm definitely gonna like intervene in a spiritual way, not in some witchcraft type shit, but like I'm gonna let like the spiritual realm do whatever it has to do, especially when it comes to this type of scenario. Because like fighting at your workspace is literally like the least things you could ever do. Even if like someone definitely does some BS, like the thing that occurred to me, like it definitely should have a level of emotional control and a level of emotional stability to be able to approach these things with a much more higher perspective, with a much more higher emotional intelligence, rather than responding to your own emotions, rather than to respond with your own anger. You definitely like should approach this type of situations with a much more like higher perception, like like an eagle, view things from the bird's eye view, rather than being a person who's that dimensional and just views things only on the horizontal level. Like whenever you're someone who's spiritually conscious and aware, you're someone who's intact with your own state of being, with your own sense of self, and you're on semen retention, you're vibrating high, mental, spiritual, energetically wise, and you're transmuting this energy towards various outlets. Like various people who are not actually really consciously aware of anything in life, people who are very anchored into their own root chakra, people who always view life from the horizontal way of doing things, and people who are very promiscuous, they'll try in some sense to actually like siphon your own energy. And I tried as much as possibly can to avoid this person, not to let him go into my head. But yeah, definitely today went into my head because this guy literally also insulted my mom. Like, just think about, like, I'm just thinking about it. He insulted my center of the home, like the vessel, the gateway that actually brought me into this third dimensional plane. This guy literally insulted my mom. This guy literally like said things about my mom that I didn't like, and I could have responded in a way where he wanted me to respond. But of course, I had a different response rather than swearing back at what he said. But I definitely told him to back off and mind his own business. But he kept on trying to, show his aggressiveness and a level of, intimidation towards me. And the other co-eds had to, stop him. And I also had to report this to my manager. If ever it does happen that me and this guy eventually end up fighting, because it's definitely obvious that me and this guy actually gonna end up fighting if ever we're not here at the working side. But yeah, we're definitely gonna fight like that. I'm guaranteed for sure. It's something that's gonna actually happen, and yeah, I'm gonna be ready if ever he has to strike. But as long as I know, like, I actually reported this to an authority that could intervene. So bros, people are gonna try to test you on your semen retention journey. Like, people will try to like project so many low vibrational BS at you, and your approach should be different from the way, like, they're trying to project things onto you. You have to view things from the third eye point of view, from the bird's eye view point of view. You gotta view things from what they really are instead of what they're being projected at you. But of course, these things happen. Life happens. We come across this type of individuals and people, and at the end of the day, if ever you're someone who knows how to remain calm, you're someone who knows how to have a different approach, not on the physical aggressive side. At the end of the day, if you're the one who's actually pulling yourself back and actually approaching things from the way they themselves don't approach things the way they want you to approach things, especially to people who come up to you and do this type of things, because you're putting yourself on the same wavelength that they're vibrating at. You're currently actually feeding this person your own energy, actually getting siphoning, like they're actually siphoning your own energy, your own vitality and life force when you let these people, react. When you let these people go into your mind and you react the way they want you to react. So at the end of the day, I know that I'm gonna actually win this spiritual warfare. I'm the one who's gonna win this. Like, even if I won't approach it in the aggressive physical manner, but if ever it does occur, then I'm not gonna pull back. But on the spiritual energetic plane, I'm the one who's gonna win this. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, because there are people who are gonna try to test you. There are gonna be people who try to do as much as possibly can to suck out of your own vitality, suck this life force out of you, because they are drained. They are full of void. They are full of whatever, like insecurity and egos and shadows, that they're not doing their own inner work. But instead of doing that, they'll go to someone else. And yeah, this type of people, I'm gonna come across them. Like, even if like I go on longer streaks, and the fact that like this is something that has always occurred even before I started practicing semen retention, even on my own spiritual path and journey, like from childhood, these type of scenarios have often occurred. But I've always had a way to approach things differently, and at the end of the day, I'm the one who's winning, because I know that I'm winning. I know that I'm showing up every day. I know that I'm grinding and hustling. I know that I'm working out. I know that I'm doing the great work of assisting with the collective consciousness of humanity. I'm doing the great work of spirituality. I'm doing the great work of being amongst the awakened individuals within humanity. I know that I'm actually doing the things that I'm supposed to do, and I know that my own goals and ambition, I'm gonna fulfill them as soon as I get myself sorted out financially, so I could move out of my parents' crib. And maybe one day I could be this guy's manager. Maybe one day I'm gonna be this guy's boss. That's just something that could happen in any day, across like these upcoming timelines in my own life, in another timeline in my own lifetime. I could be the manager of this guy. I could be the boss at the end of the day, even if right now he's my own co-worker. But we can definitely tell this guy has some low vibrational BS, and I'm definitely not gonna entertain him or allow him to go into my own head. But yeah, semen retention and this great work that you're doing for humanity awakening, being part of the collective consciousness shift. Now people are so asleep and so awake. so unaware of like the things that are happening within this world, and even they themselves, they are being used by malevolent forces. They themselves are being used by malevolent entities and low vibrational energies, to dim your own lights as an individual. And I'm not gonna let this guy dim my lights, even if my reputation here at work almost got a bit shaky, because some co-workers think that I'm actually now a coward because I didn't like respond the way he actually did things. But I'm gonna be the one who's gonna win at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm gonna have to cut my video short. Semen retention, 111 days. I'm still retaining, I'm still transmuting. Don't let people suck out this vitality, this life force energy that you're holding in, this primal instinct that helps you to do the things that you have to do. Keep on being focused, keep on being driven, keep on being ambitious, and keep on looking forward. And that you're going to transition into each and every single timeline that's going to be aligned with your own authentic higher self, with your own divine self. So don't let these type of people dim your lights. Don't let these people siphon your own energy and life force. Don't let these people take your own energy and try to fulfill their own void, their own sense of neediness, their own sense of external validation. So yeah, fam, 111 days, still retaining, I'm still transmuting, I'm still ambitious and driven, and I'm still hoping to do better. And yeah, I know this timeline, this is just another one of those things that happen within your lifetime or within a various timeline, but I know that I'm gonna go through it. So I'm gonna see you in the next videos. If ever there's something that you've gained within this video, any insight or anything you wanna comment about, you can drop down a comment below, and I'll see you in the next videos. Y'all can please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next videos.